about the super cluttery background. Super cluttery background chilling around here. This is like my floor dwelling spot that I've filmed in before. Yep. They always tell YouTubers to film with no cluttery areas, but here I am, being rebellious all over again. God damn, Lacey, you're so rebellious, so hardcore. Much one man mush! Hey there, beautiful fucking cookies. Juicy Mintyoreos, Stacy here. Oh, and other stray possible people coming to this video from the random parts of the internet of unknown origin, which I will not even challenge myself to think of. So, I wanted to kind of make a really, like, brief, well, hopefully brief, who knows, video as an update to say what's up, what's been going on. Really, I was going to post a video today, but I had failed filming like twice, so I'm gonna have to film it a third time. Basically what had happened was I was filming a makeup tutorial. Yeah, I'm filming the makeup tutorial. I found an efficient way to film makeup tutorials again. Those of you guys who've been asking me to do makeup tutorials, get excited because there's gonna be makeup tutorials. Yay. I had filmed the first time thinking that it had saved the footage when my battery had died. Basically the battery died and then the frame just got cut off there. And I'm used to the footage being saved after that happens. It just saves automatically. But this time around it didn't save. So I had like a video filmed of a full makeup tutorial and the actual portion of me applying the makeup didn't actually get filmed and saved. So I came back to revisit it today. So doing the same makeup today, I forgot to press the record button. And I literally finished the makeup and got to like the point where I was going to put on my mascara. Then I look at the camera and I'm just like, there's no red dot in that corner. Please tell me that I just filmed that and I didn't actually miss filming that. And maybe, possibly, the camera just like stopped filming because my camera tends to do that. It just kind of stops filming after a certain period of time sometimes and then I have to turn it back on, but it's not really a big deal. I don't really notice it, but I guess my brain has been so just aloof that I had not remembered to press the record button while I was putting on the goddamn fucking makeup. Lazy why? But if it isn't apparent, I haven't really had my brain fully with me lately. Mainly because I actually got a diagnosis, finalized diagnosis of what is my actual like mental problems that I had going on. Those of you who have watched all of my videos or seen my posts on the social net web places like Instagram and Facebook know that I had been going through a medication journey, and basically the thought before I went to go see the psychiatrist was I could possibly have a bipolar 2, which is like a super subdue version of bipolar, which is very manageable and not really, people don't technically need medication for that. But the actual diagnosis that I ended up with is PMDD. Now, I'm going to have a discussion of what PMDD is, just for the notion of enlightening who may not be aware of it and its existence, because it isn't really a common thing that people suffer with, but it is something that does affect a daily life and can become more severe and intervene with all lifestyle aspects like relationships and stuff like that if it's not taken into account of and something is done about it. But basically, by being diagnosed with PMDD, my psychiatrist had recommended me to try a low dose of SSRIs for a 2-week period, because with PMDD I basically suffer with severe depression. It's from my hormone cycle. What PMDD is basically just a more severe version of PMS. So, apparently it's supposed to work if somebody takes medication for 2 weeks of every month, 2 weeks being before day 1 of the cycle. So I basically had tried that the past couple months, and I tried Prozac. Now, some of you guys who had watched my previous video, I'm gonna go into further depth about what happened on my medication journey, basically going on and off pills for like a year. So, a lot of you guys who pay attention to my crap online are aware that I had some severe adverse effects to SSRIs when I increased dosages. So, I don't actually think I mentioned I was increasing a dosage when I had started to get the reactions, but I had this possible thought that maybe if I stay with the low dose for 2 weeks of every month, that it's not going to affect me. And I mean, the first month I didn't have any side effects going on, and then the second month, being this month, taking it for like the first day, the neck itching from this massive rash that I'd been suffering with for like a year, as to why I hadn't been able to wear hair extensions or wigs or anything like that for so long, it came back. And after like 3 days of the itching starting to increase, I was kind of like, oh fuck no, I'm not taking this. I already had suffered with my neck being extremely like itchy and all around my neck area and my face being tingly and itchy, and I don't want my skin to suffer all over again. And I mean, like, the first month of the Prozac, it wasn't really working too well anyway. I was just finding my head was just not with me and in a cloud, but I still managed to do work, so that was an upside. But as for helping with the depression part, what I like to call now my sad week, yeah, it basically just, I don't know if it was just myself or the medication, but I was able to pull myself out of bed and do shit, which was really what I was looking for in the first place. But I honestly don't think I really did a hell of a lot of anything. But, so, I had came off of the Prozac probably like 3 days ago, so for like a couple days my head's just been spaced, not really here, but I still try to do what I can, make the most of what's up, because I mean, like, if I were to dwell on it, it's gonna get worse, right? Because like coming off of an SSRI medication, you tend to get quite droopy and like feel like bleh. And then some people also say that they don't feel the same for like a few months later. From the Effexor withdrawal that I had, which was probably the worst one, the first medication that I had taken and went off of, that lasted for a really long time. And yeah, no, once I got completely off medication, I was feeling like okay for a bit, but I basically just gave this a shot. I personally don't really want to go on another SSRI medication because I really do not like how I drag on and stuff like that. In the process of waiting for something to help me with life, I feel like it takes more away from myself opposed to aiding. So I had some success with like a Wellbutrin pill, which isn't an SSRI, but I might try that one instead and recommend that one to my psychiatrist because that seemed to be the only one that worked the best for me. But that's a really long-ass story, and there was a lot of things I learned within the adventure that I had with pharmaceutical psychotropic drugs, but right now it's just kind of like, weed, you're my friend. Because I know I could easily go back to naturally coping and then just like get stoned and stuff like that for like a whole week. But I wanted to try it. I mean, weed is quite expensive, and right now I'm not in the best situation for money, but it's about to get better eventually because I'm getting the jobs. I the main reason why I wanted to make this video, it wasn't because I wanted to like ramble and vent about my problems. Like, by me telling this to you guys, it's not really like me searching for sympathy or anything like that. It's just me saying that if you're going through anything like this, that you are not alone, and it is a very rough thing to go through. So, I mean, like, if I can manage, you can manage too. And the poo feels are definitely temporary. And I wanted to kind of say that something really awesome happened. Probably like, I want to say 3 months ago. Around 3 months ago, I was in a vlog. And I was saying how I was so pumped about something that happened, and I was so excited to share it with you guys. Well, a few months ago, I ended up getting signed with an independent production company called For Real Studios. So, I am now officially represented talent. I know, right? I'm so happy and excited to know like what else is going to come, but it was kind of funny because when I first made the video on my channel about how I wanted to come into YouTube full time, and that entertaining people has always been a huge part of my life, and I wanted to follow my dreams kind of thing. Well, basically, like, I want to say a few days after I posted that video is not relevant with me being signed at all, but right after I posted that, I actually started looking into, like, entertainment type jobs I could jump on, because I wanted to basically just, like, have a nice dose of my own adventureful life after suffering for a fucking year with myself and unpleasantness. So, I actually had thought about doing adult industry things, and then that thought came to an end after I had ran into my producer, luckily, and he wanted to sign me like right then and there, and I was really surprised and really in shock, and I didn't really know how to take anything in or anything like that. But the more we talked and stuff, more ideas basically flourish, and the path of I can basically create as I please really just owned it all. Now I have a team, and I was the last thing I could have ever expected, but now that I have a team, I'm under management. So for any like business sponsor offers, my business email will be in the description down below for booking me. And then I also have another email for any other inquiries that you may have, like collaborations, etc., etc. I have a lot in store for future career moves. Things being, some of you guys who have known me for a while know that I design fashion, I do modeling, I do hair design, I do makeup design, and I like to do styling, a lot of stuff like that, and I do photography, and all of the entertainment industry realm of skills, because like I had been basically quote unquote producing myself for the past few years. I would share the projects that I'm working on, but I want them to be a surprise for you guys. I shared one thing that I was working on, and that was the merch line, because I mean every YouTuber needs a merch line. I mean, what YouTuber does not have merch, right? So those of you guys who wanted to have some like Mintyoreos merch or such, I've been working on some designs for you guys. My company profile I will also put in the description down below, and on my company profile you'll actually get like a brief kind of bio of myself, and there's some information in there from an interview that I had. Things are just starting. This is just the beginning. You're going to see a lot more of me. Get concerned if you really hate me. Those of you guys are wondering what the makeup tutorial is going to be, well, I'm going to say right here and right now. I see an awful lot of light, fair complexion people with some of the darkest eyebrows that do not match. So if you like this makeup style, it's going to be what's coming. And I can also show you some awesome pictures that my friend Lucy had posted and made live on her Facebook page for her digital artistry and her Instagram. And I will put the photos in this video as well too for shameless promotion. And I'll give you guys a link to her digital artist page on Facebook for those of you guys who would like to like up her page and support her as well. There's that opportunity for sure. I'll also leave her YouTube link in the description down below as well for those of you guys who are curious, because she is a YouTuber here on YouTube as well, and she's super cool. I love fun. I honestly feel completely blah and lethargic and apathetic, but that's kind of why my hair is in this messy ass bun on the top of my head. I'm not giving a fuck, because that's how I feel right now. Ugh. I hate not being fully in my head. It's not fun. Where's Lacey? Lacey's not here. Lacey's here, but not actually here. I basically have been just like getting stoned the past few days to keep myself out of the sads. Trying to like think of happy thoughts. Not gonna lie, failing to film has not exactly been the most happiest thought to help my brain here. We all struggle with something for sure. Just some are more crazier than others. But no, don't think of yourself as that if you are going through something like what I am. You can't really do anything about it. So, if anything, you're just growing and learning to coming of oneself to know what works best for you. Your case, whatever your case may be. But since my company is in entertainment, film, media, fashion, and entertainment. Did I say entertainment? I don't know if I already said entertainment. But since my company is represented in those fields, I'm gonna have some fun. But it just sucks because like I want to share so many things, but it's like I have to wait patiently for the things to happen. Like how I had to wait patiently to tell you guys that I got signed. Yeah, no, that was actually really hard to keep in, honestly. I'm too honest of a person. It's a curse. Oh, I've had a lot of questions about the dry herb. The dry herb, smoke devices that I had reviewed. And I'd been asked to do updates of all of them. Honestly, what I'm gonna do is, since right now it's not the best time for me for spending like excess amounts of money on herbs later down the road, since like I do use them, but I don't really go out very often to use them, and aside from that I normally just smoke bong. But I'd have to wait a little bit to kind of have a better view of the things themselves, or the devices themselves, because like I'm not using them, so I don't really have much to say about them currently. Aside from they all are still very much functional the same way that they were when I had first tried them. I had used a lot of them more than once already, but I don't feel like I have used them enough to have like a good opinion, or like a final kind of review for each one of them. Mainly the Atman Hachi. I had someone in the comments section ask me about like the wood taste and if the inside burned with the weed, and I haven't really noticed anything yet from just looking at it, so I don't really know yet because I haven't really had the amounts of weed to really use it a lot because I take quite small tokes because I just toke when I need it. Like I'm really medication sensitive, so I'm not someone who is a huge smoker, and I haven't really hung around a lot of people who smoke a lot of weed. Well, most of the people I hear of smoke a lot of weed, but I haven't been leaving my house very often lately, so. And then like a lot of the time, I get friends that have a specific taste in how they like to intake, and some people prefer to have like the actual weed taste opposed to like a vaporized taste, because there's a difference between the vaporized taste and the taste of a joint, or the taste of a bong chip, or a pipe chip. Like, they're all quite drastically different, so I have to kind of go somewhere.